Just to let you know, we are having a technical issue and we will be up and running shortly. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, Chair. I think we're ready to go.
Okey-doke. Commissioner Ashcraft was in just a minute. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Kelly. I am the chairman of the board of the Johnson County Commissioners. It's my pleasure to call to order this meeting of the Board of County Commissioners for Johnson County, Kansas. Welcome. I'd ask the clerk to start by calling the roll.
Commissioner Fast.
Aye.
Commissioner Myers.
Myers, aye.
Commissioner O'Hara. Here. Commissioner Hanslick.
Hanslick here.
Commissioner Ashcraft.
Here.
Commissioner Allenbrand.
Allenbrand, aye.
And Chairman Kelly.
All are present. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. If you'd all join me in checking your cell phone or any other noise-making device and making sure it's on silent, we sure appreciate that. I'm going to start today's meeting with two proclamations, and I'd ask Mr. DeLuise to join me at the dais. Today's first proclamation is National Suicide Prevention Month. Suicide is the 11th leading cause of death in the United States. It can affect anyone regardless of age, gender, or background. The Johnson County Suicide Prevention Coalition and other community partners are committed to saving and supporting lives. And our community can really play an active role in preventing suicide. We can learn the warning signs and risk factors. We can learn how to care for our own mental health and to eliminate the stigma of doing so. We can be there for each other, and we can have direct conversations that reduce the stigma of suicide and encourage family, friends, and neighbors to reach out for help when it's necessary. We're honored to proclaim September 2023 as National Suicide Prevention Month, and I invite our director of the Johnson County Mental Health Center, Tim DeWeese, to provide some comments.
Again, Tim DeWeese, Johnson County Mental Health Center. I just wanted to say thank you for this proclamation. Thank you for supporting the Mental Health Center. I do want to introduce a couple of people. Our Director of Emergency Services, Rob McDougall, and then our Deputy Director of Emergency Services, Renee Van Meter, who's going to say a few words regarding our 988 call center.
Thank you, Tim, and thank you all. Again, I'm Renee Van Meter, and I'm Deputy Division Director of Emergency Services at Johnson County Mental Health Center. This month, 988 National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline has implemented a campaign, Be the One To, and it really sheds a light and brings recognition to we all can take an action step. We all can do something. We all can be the one to prevent suicide. I have worked in crisis social work in the mental health field for over 18 years now, and suicide prevention has really been at the forefront of all of that work. I currently have the honor and privilege of overseeing one of the programs in the Emergency Services Department at the Mental Health Center, the Crisis Line. And we answer 24/7, the local crisis line number, and 988. And albeit my job tends to be administrative day to day, I have opportunities and I have moments where I still get to pick up that phone and I still get to answer when somebody calls. And so today here in this space, I just wanted to continue to pledge that I want to be the one to answer that call. I want to be the one to recognize somebody's courage when they say to me, instead of taking a step to end my life, I have called you. I want to be the one to assure them that although it feels like they are not alone in that moment, And I want to continue to be the one to help that individual plan for their safety, their future, and living. I cannot thank the board enough for the proclamation, the recognition, and the continued support you all give the Mental Health Center, the 988 Crisis Line. You all support and are committed to day in and day out life-saving work that we are doing here in Johnson County, Kansas, and I thank you all so very much.
Additionally, today, we'd like to recognize other unsung heroes within our community, and these are direct support professionals. They play a critical role in our community, providing essential care and support to individuals with disabilities. They are dedicated, they work tirelessly, and they ensure that people can live fulfilling lives, access vital services, and participate actively in our community, regardless of their ability. We appreciate their compassion, their patience, and their empathy in this daily work, and we're proud to proclaim the second week of September as Direct Support Professionals Week within Johnson County, Kansas. I'd like to welcome our JCDS Executive Director, Chad Van Onen, to provide a few more words. Morning, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Our direct support professionals are the people who help people with developmental disabilities achieve their full independence and be part of our community every day of the year. We truly appreciate this proclamation and are grateful for the great work they do. I am honored and privileged today to be joined by a couple of folks who have been recognized nationally and at the state level for the excellence in the work that they do. We have 2 award winners with us today, and one was unable to make it, so I'll introduce them and then let them come up and say a few words. We have Angela Austin, who was named by Anchor, our national association, as the Kansas Direct Support Professional of the Year. We have Sophie Fay, who was recognized by Interhab, our state association, as the Direct Support Professional of the Year. And unable to join us today was Robert Frampus Fry, who was recognized by the Association for Aging and Developmental Disabilities for the excellence in his work. So I will start by turning it over to Angela.
Good morning. I would like to first express my personal gratitude for the time and investments that were made to not only retain the current DSPs that we have, but to also attract applicants that were more suited for those positions. I was chosen out of 300 DSPs for the Anchor DSP Award of the Year in the state of Kansas. This is not just a job for me. I have developed such a passion in which I do that is now a career and not just a job. I have found my true calling. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Sophie Fay. I'm the Senior DSP at Johnson County Developmental Support. Yeah, I'm the Senior DSP of the Johnson County Developmental Support, and I want to thank you all, the Commissioner, for your support and for your hard working to support Johnson County Developmental Support. So we, the staff, we thankful. We like to work hard with the JCDS Developmental Support. With the pay raising that we have from you guys that you approve, we really appreciate it. That makes us work hard. We've been working a lot of hours, different places, but because of your hard working to support us and the Johnson County Developmental Support of the individuals, we have to stop working other jobs just to stay with one job because we're grateful for what we have, because the living, we all know how hard it is now. So we want to thank you all and thank you for what you're doing for the individuals, the support they need. Thank you.
At this time, we'll move to our public comment portion of the agenda. I want to note that this public comment portion is to address the Commission on Business, which does not later appear on the agenda. If you wish to speak on an action item, please register in advance to speak on that action item. If you do speak on an action item, you'll be asked to refrain during this general public comment section. When you come to the dais, we ask that you state your name and the city and county in which you reside. Comments are limited to 2 minutes. There's a clock that'll appear to assist you. If you happen to go beyond that time limit, we'll ask that you conclude your comments. And please refrain from comments that are impertinent or profane or demean any particular person. If we happen to delve into that category, we'll ask that you refrain. And if it continues, we'll ask that the comments end. At this time, I'll ask the clerk to let me know when we can call on our virtual public commenters.
Chair, we should be ready.
Very good. I have one note from the record today. I will be signing an agreement with the City of Mission, Kansas for a stormwater system renewal project known as the 2022 Mission Street Repair. At this time, let's move on to the business session. There's no consent agenda today, so we'll start with the action item number 1, which is approving the August 17th, 2023 business session minutes, and Commissioner Ashcraft will abstain. Is there a motion to approve the August 17, 2023 business session minutes? Commissioner Allenbrand.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to approve the August 17th, 2023 business session minutes.
Hanslick, second.
Moved by Commissioner Allenbrand and seconded by Commissioner Hanslick. Are there any questions? Seeing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Fast.
Aye.
Commissioner Myers.
Myers, aye.
Commissioner O'Hara.
Yes.
Commissioner Hanslick.
Hanslick, aye.
Commissioner Ashcraft.
Abstain.
Commissioner Allenbrand.
Allenbrand, aye.
And Chairman Kelly.
Aye, I have 6 votes in favor, none against, and 1 abstention. Is that consistent with your count?
That is correct.
Very good. At this time, we'll move on to item number 2, which is resolution number 081-23. And this is considering scheduling a public hearing for September 28th, 2023, to be held here at 9:30 a.m. To conduct a meeting on a proposed utilization of the construction manager at risk alternative delivery method for the Sunflower Fire Station project. Mr. Connor, thank you for your comments on this last week at Agenda Review, and we are simply scheduling a public hearing by this resolution. Is that correct?
Exactly right, Chairman.
All right. Questions or comments, Commissioner Allenbrand?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I want to thank Mr. Connor and also Chief Francis for working with the Northwest Fire and our staff that's overseeing that design and assisting in the build of that. So you guys have done a really good job. So this is just a matter of formality. This is in the design phase, and so that's why it's why we need to have a public hearing. So this is the next step in overall construction. So when you're ready, Mr. Chair, I have a motion.
Are there further comments or questions? Seeing none, go ahead, Commissioner.
I move the board adopt resolution number 081-23, hereby setting a public hearing for September the 28th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. in the BOCC hearing room at Johnson County Administration Building to conduct the meeting on the proposed utilization of the construction manager at risk CMAR alternative delivery method for the Sunflower Fire Station project.
Hanslick, second.
Moved by Commissioner Allenbrand, seconded by Commissioner Hanslick. Commissioner O'Hara, question?
Thank you. Yes, I just want it on the record that I did not support the funding of this, sending county dollars to the Northwest Fire District to build a fire station for Panasonic because of all the tax incentives that they have been given, $200 million from the city of DeSoto and nearly $900 million from the state of Kansas. And it's just continually putting a burden on the rest of the tax base. Thank you.
So noted. Any other questions on the public hearing? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Commissioner Fast.
Aye.
Commissioner Myers.
Myers, aye.
Commissioner O'Hara.
Yes.
Commissioner Hanslick.
Hanslick, aye.
Commissioner Ashcraft.
Yes.
Commissioner Allenbrand.
Allenbrand, aye.
And Chairman Kelly.
Aye, I have 7 votes in favor, none against. Is that consistent with your count?
That is correct.
Very good. Next, we have a resolution number 082-23. This continues the declaration of a local disaster emergency for severe storms that began on July 14, 2023, and the continuing impacts thereof. Dan Robeson from the Department of Emergency Services is here to discuss this matter. Mr. Robeson, good morning.
Morning, Chairman, Commissioners, thank you. Yes, this is a request for the board to consider continuing the disaster declaration declared last week due to the storms in July. As you'll recall, for jurisdictions in Johnson County to become eligible for FEMA public assistance, the state and the county need to declare disasters, and we need to meet a certain financial threshold in terms of the damages and costs that we've had. The cities and the state and our office have been working together with FEMA over the past few weeks to determine if we were going to meet that threshold. And I'm happy to share that at 9 o'clock this morning, the state called and informed us that we did meet that threshold just by 1% over, just by a few $1,000s. So what that means is now Johnson County will be included in the governor's request for presidential disaster declaration to be considered for FEMA public assistance, which could bring 75% of eligible costs to be paid for by the federal government.
Thank you, Mr. Robeson. Commissioner Allenbrand.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, great job. So, and thank you for keeping our county prepared for these emergency services. I really appreciate it, and I know that also the constituents, residents of Johnson County appreciate it as well, so thank you.
Yeah, in terms of the storm damage, it was definitely a bit of a cruel summer, but to
Right.
have the opportunity to recoup a few of these costs will help our municipalities. And the county needs to be a partner, and there's an opportunity for partnership not only for our municipalities, but with the state and federal government too. So thank you. Commissioner Fast.
Yeah, well, is it possible to, I know you're communicating with the local cities, but there's some very small cities in the Northeast within District 1, to provide them, the connection with FEMA to learn how to do it. I mean, it's a process, and I worked, helped different entities when I worked for the congressman, and there's a lot of steps, and especially for small entities. Is that a role that you see, part of your job, just to be a liaison?
Certainly. We've reached out to every city in Johnson County, and some of the smaller cities in the Northeast indicated some damages. To be eligible, I think the smallest project that could be supported is $3,800, and some of the smaller cities had totals that were under that amount. But when and if this does become a presidential disaster declaration, we plan to reach out to all of the cities, and we've also reached out to school districts and other potential eligible entities to take a look again at what damages they may have incurred and assist them through that process.
Commissioner Hansley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm glad to make a motion on this item.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I move to approve and adopt resolution number 082-23, continuing a state of local disaster emergency for Johnson County as a result of severe storms affecting Johnson County and the continuing impacts thereof.
Allenbrand, second.
Moved by Commissioner Hanslick and seconded by Commissioner Allenbrand. So no further comments or questions, I'd ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Commissioner Fast.
Aye.
Commissioner Myers.
Myers, aye.
Commissioner O'Hara.
Yes.
Commissioner Hanslick.
Hanslick, aye.
Commissioner Ashcraft.
Yes.
Commissioner Allenbrand.
Allenbrand, aye.
And Chairman Kelly.
Aye. I have 7 votes in favor, none against. Is that consistent with your count?
That's correct.
Very good. This time, we'll move on to a report from our county manager, Ms. Penny Postoke Ferguson.
Chairman and Commissioners, good morning. So I have 2 items today. The first is regarding mental health and drug court update. I'd asked Laura Brewer to come forward, and Mike Brower is here as well to represent the various partnerships for both courts. The Adult Treatment Court, commonly known as the Adult Drug Court, will begin in Johnson County in November, and then the Behavioral Health Court will begin in Johnson County in October. So, Laura, it looks like you've got several with you, but go ahead, Laura. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura Brewer, District Court Administrator. Good morning, Board. First, I want to introduce Barbara Strobel to the Board. Barbara is our Court Program and Fidelity Manager who will be in charge of our treatment court modalities. She's got 7 years of experience working with our Veterans Treatment Court and has become a subject matter expert in the treatment court modalities. Barbara is part of the expansion of District Court Administration for our executive leadership team to offer more comprehensive staff and program development through court administration. Penny, do you want me to expand on the treatment courts as well?
Yes, if you could, please.
Okay. Our adult drug court will start in November, and development of this court has been a partnership between the District Court, Community Corrections, the DA's Office, Johnson County Mental Health, the Johnson County Sheriff's Office, and the Public Defender's Office. This court is going to provide the most intensive supervision, evaluation, and treatment to individuals in our community who are at high risk to reoffend and have high needs for sustained long-term substance abuse and need that treatment. The drug court model is the most well-documented and successful intervention for these individuals. This program will begin with a 25-person capacity and will serve individuals who qualify for state-funded substance abuse treatment through Senate Bill 123. Judge Kelly Ryan will oversee the adult drug court, and Judge Christina Dunn-Gillenborg will be the backup. Our adult behavioral health court is going to start in October, and creation of this court has been driven by Judge Robert Wannell and Johnson County Mental Health, and I know Tim is here. I do want to give a big thank you to the Mental Health Center. They're currently overseeing a 3-year startup grant for our adult behavioral health court, which has been instrumental in us getting the ball rolling on this. We've also been partnered with Community Corrections, the DA's office, and Private Defense Counsel on this project. Our target population for this court is persons who are post-conviction and are diagnosed with a persistent and severe mental health disorder or co-occurring substance use disorder. The mission of the court is to connect these persons with community support services in an effort to reduce criminal involvement and enhance public safety. Judge Robert Wannell will oversee this court, and Judge Kelly Ryan will be the backup for behavioral health court. Both of our treatment court teams have participated in both local and national site visits to prepare for our courts being on board. Johnson County also sent a large multidisciplinary team to Houston this summer for the RISE convention, which we've attended several years for Veterans Treatment Court. It's the best in the nation on treatment court modalities. We'd be happy to answer any questions that the board may have about these.
Thank you very much. Questions? Commissioner Ashcraft?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The term modality, could you define that a little bit? And I'm not exactly sure what that means.
Absolutely. I'm probably going to turn this over to Barbara because she is my subject matter expert, but it really is.
She's shaking her head no.
Yeah. It really refers to the national standard for treatment courts, but I'm going to give it to Barb to give you a little bit more specifics on what that actually looks like.
Okay.
Yes, so each, Veterans Treatment Court has certain standards, drug court has certain standards. Behavioral health court is a little different and unique, but ultimately there's just certain criteria that we have to meet in order to have fidelity to those particular models. So I think that's what she means by modality.
Could you give us an example or two?
Sure, so like adult drug court, for example, there's a standard that we need to meet with them a certain amount of times on community supervision. They need to be drug tested a minimum of 2 times per week, just to keep fidelity to that model. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Yes,
Commissioner
ma'am.
Fast?
Yeah, can you talk about, voluntary versus involuntary, competency and how that intertwines in this?
As far as the behavioral?
Yeah, and who you serve.
So in order to be admitted into this court, there are evaluations that will be completed. And if someone is not competent to complete the court, then there would be different courts for them to potentially go into. We wouldn't have that person in this court if they couldn't complete it successfully.
I think one of the lines of distinction to draw is, and Tim can probably speak about this better than we can, but the behavioral health court is for people who are post-conviction. So they are competent because they have been convicted of a criminal offense, either a misdemeanor or a felony. It's completely different than our care and treatment court.
That's
they're going to run. Judge Wannell oversees both, but they're separate. So
can you give a little more information when you talk about care and treatment court, what that means?
Yeah, so care and treatment court really is the treatment for involuntary commitment, and it also has the outpatient docket as well, where Judge Wannell oversees that they're complying with outpatient directives when they come out of commitment from the state hospital. So while there certainly may be overlap at times between those two courts, there has to be competency established for someone to be in behavioral health court because they have to have been convicted of a criminal offense.
Thank you. Commissioner Hanslick?
Yes, thank you. This is so exciting to have the mental health court starting next month. I know this is something that has been discussed for years, and even when the Veterans Court started, there were some of us who really wanted the mental health court first, but this is terrific. The question I have is, I know the Veterans Court relies heavily on volunteer mentors for the folks who are involved in that. Will the adult behavioral court be similar to that? Will there be mentors, or will it be a different modality?
So I would say, in place of what we have as volunteer mentors in treatment court, our folks who are in their behavioral health court are going to have a wraparound team of mental health professionals who are working with them, including most likely a case manager who will somewhat serve in that role. So there won't be volunteer mentors per se, because that person is going to be heavily involved with services from the mental health center.
Great, thank you.
So Chairman, I guess in summary, I would like to thank again all the departments that were involved, including our criminal justice coordinator, Mike Brower. I'm going to say these departments again because it's pretty impressive what it takes to pull this off. District Court, Community Corrections, District Attorney's Office, Johnson County Mental Health, the Johnson County Sheriff's Office, and the Public Defender's Office. That's for the Adult Treatment Court, and then Behavioral Health Court, Mental Health, Community Corrections, the District Attorney's Office, and Private Defense Counsel. So again, thank you for the partnerships, Laura and team. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
The next item is Walk and Read event at Sarco Park. Johnson County Library will be hosting a Walk in the Park event from Saturday, September 9th through Sunday, September 17th at Sarco Park in Lenexa. Participants will read 2 stories posted around a path, one going in each direction. All ages can participate. A link is included in the memo and on our website. And with that, Chairman, that concludes my report.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
At this time, we'll take our commissioner comments. We'll start with Commissioner O'Hara today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Today we had 3 speakers at our public comments. Ben Hobart was the first. Arrogance of the 2024 budget was one of his subjects. The Kansas Open Meetings Act was the second, and then he stressed that he has been commenting on the issues with the COVID vaccination, and that he stated emphatically that he is not a doctor, but he is a retired tax attorney. And he continues to speak about the health issues connected with the vaccine. Leo Kayak was the second speaker, and he was speaking on an email that he received from me. And then Galena Van Horn, she was speaking on the 2024 budget, and specifically the $500,000 that is set aside for rebates for certain retirees and retired servicemen, and she had a lot of questions about how the rebate was going to be administered. The second thing that I'm talking about is that I was just made aware of another book that is in our library that is the age group is from 14 to 18. The title of the book is Tricks. I cannot read the excerpts because they are so vile and obscene. But I want people to understand that these types of books are available at the Johnson County Library, and if you want to check it out, it's called Tricks, and it's by Ellen Hopkins. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Myers.
Thank you, Chair. Well, of course, we have Old Settlers getting ready to begin, and I'm excited about that, and hope all that can attend do so. I know I'm going to try to take advantage of it with my grandkids, so excited for that. Yesterday, I attended a ribbon cutting for the Makerspace at the Arts and Heritage Center, and I think this is just an outstanding opportunity for youth and adults alike. Many classes, very exciting to see that Makerspace open up and be available for residents throughout the county.
Thank you,
Mr.
Commissioner.
Chairman, to interrupt, you have an interesting colored shirt on today. Is there any significance there, Mr.?
Go Chiefs.
Okay.
Commissioner Hanslick.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Like Commissioner Myers, I had the opportunity to attend yesterday's ribbon cutting for the new makerspace at the Johnson County Arts and Heritage Center. Very impressed with the opportunities there, especially as we're looking at workforce development issues. There are so many activities there that help people of all ages, but especially younger people, have experiences with learning electrical circuitry, using a 3D printer, using a die cut machine. And I brought along one of the little dogs that was made on the 3D printer. And this is just a tiny example of the kinds of things that can be done at the makerspace. And I also have for each commissioner a brochure that has a list of upcoming classes, as well as a little die-cut heart that says JCPRD. So very excited about that. Secondly, I just want to thank this week on Tuesday, I had the opportunity to speak with the Overland Park Lions Club. I am always available to speak to community groups. I really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite parts of being a commissioner, to talk to people face to face and answer questions and be able to share all of the great things that are going on in Johnson County. So thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Ashcraft.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, Mr. Chairman, I did not attend the Makerspace event, but I did have the opportunity to offer moral support for Commissioner Allenbrand. She did a laudable effort before the Olathe City Council on Tuesday evening, and I won't steal her thunder if she wants to report more fully on that, but I did want to recognize her efforts before the Olathe City Council representing the 6th District in Johnson County.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Allenbrand.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Commissioner. Thanks for being there for moral support. So that is one thing that I have done and I will continue to do, is go out to each city to give an update on what's going on. And I want to reach out and thank Robin Symes. I had part of the budget, also went over the workforce and the one-time money that was given to the different programs. And they are all very excited about how that was spent and where that is going. So I like to go out and be able to present that. And I'm excited today to already see how many people are out on the courthouse lawn. I keep calling it courthouse lawn. There's probably another name, but you know, it's exciting to see all the people there, and it will be exciting to see people walking their dogs again. And I'm ready for my Grange pup, which is going to take me back to my early family days when the gazebo was there, and we had a very young, I probably was just maybe 1 year old. No, I'm just kidding. Ice cream festival. So it's really good, and I just think the great partnership. Joe Waters, I know that you have been working on that, and to see that come to light is exciting, and how many people they're going to utilize that. So I want to thank the City of Olathe for letting me attend that. Yesterday, I had the privilege of meeting our new airport director, who is just, he's going to do a great job with his experience and background from St. Louis and other airports. And we met with Congresswoman Sharice Davis. She's been very supportive of the airport and our tower that we're working on, and I'm going to let the chair speak a little bit about that in his comments, but I really appreciate her attending, and I know Senator Moran is helping working on that too, and also want to reach out to Aaron Otto because I know you helped coordinate that. Also, I want to say I, for some reason, have received several calls and emails on COVID, and we do not have any mask mandates. I again will say I think everybody's setting up here. It's your choice to get vaccinated. I am one that will go get the booster, but it's up to you. And there's no mandates coming down. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but I haven't heard anything on this dais, and I just want to clarify that.
Also, go Chiefs. I'm looking forward to the first game. Plus, I just want to make a comment. My grandson played football last night, and they won the game. So, anyway.
Very good.
That's
Commissioner
the
Fast.
most important comment. Exciting news. I've been working on a new eviction program, and Judge McAfee told me that their first mediations is set for Friday, the 15th, and I just love the sentence that he's emailed me. We're all very hopeful that it will make a real difference for Johnson County citizens. So it's this exciting innovation that's coming about, and we heard earlier with the Behavioral Health Court too. Tomorrow is the Stormwater Management Committee. I will be out of town, so if anybody else is interested in going, it is at 9 a.m. It's a very technical committee, and in so many ways, we're not needed because it's so technical.
Thank you, Commissioner Fast. A few brief things. First, I was honored to help welcome Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona to Johnson County this week. He stopped at the Johnson County Central Resource Library as part of his 50-state back-to-school tour. He, along with the director of the FCC, Jessica Rosenworcel, was there to have a panel discussion on stemming the digital divide for our kids. It was a very welcome conversation and work that we look forward to continuing. I also happened to attend the Makerspace conversation, or ribbon cutting yesterday. King Louis continues to be just a really cool cultural spot for our community. On Saturday, Climate Action KC will again hold its annual Regional Climate Summit. Look forward to having Commissioner Hanslick speak on a panel. While she won't be able to be there, I want to thank Commissioner Fast for her sponsorship of the event, and thank you for believing in the mission there. And then finally, I wanted to recognize an important anniversary today. We, as a Board of County Government, are celebrating our 166th anniversary. The County Tribunal first met on September 7th, 1857, in Gum Springs. You know where that is, Chief?
Yes, sir.
I have no.
Johnny. The first elections in Johnson County occurred thereafter in March of 1858. The first official mention of the Board of County Commissioners occurred in a meeting on April 2nd, 1860. Since those 1858 elections, Johnson County voters have elected 117 county commissioners, including the 7 who are on the dais today. The rest is history, and we're proud to represent an amazing legacy here in Johnson County. With that, we've concluded public comment and commissioner comments. We will now hear a motion for an executive session.
Thank you.
Commissioner Hanslick.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And just to clarify, this will be what we do next. We're not having the cow before the executive session. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Well, therefore, I move that the board recess its open meeting and convene an executive session at 10:32 a.m. for a total period of 20 minutes, with a period of 10 minutes for the purpose of discussing preliminary matters of property acquisition and to protect the privacy of negotiations, and a period of 10 minutes for the purpose of discussing potential and pending litigation and receiving legal advice of counsel and preservation of attorney-client privilege, and to reconvene in open session in this room at approximately 10:52 a.m. or as soon thereafter as the executive session may end.
Allenbrand, second.
Moved by Hanslick, seconded by Allenbrand. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Fast.
Aye.
Commissioner Myers.
Myers, aye.
Commissioner O'Hara.
Yes.
Commissioner Hanslick.
Hanslick, aye.
Commissioner Ashcraft.
Yes.
Commissioner Allenbrand.
Allenbrand, aye.
And Chairman Kelly.
Aye. 7 votes in favor, none against. Is that consistent with your count?
That's correct.
Very good.